Hello, NerdsToGo franchisees. Catherine Monson again. Yesterday morning in my email, I received 2 emails with the same quote. And that motivated me. I saw it as a sign that that's what this week's video should be about. So here's the quote, and it's from Winston Churchill. And I love Winston Churchill's quotes. This quote goes, "The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty." We are living in times of big changes and big challenges with the pandemic, and we are getting bombarded daily with bad news. And it is so easy to get caught up in the wave of negativity that the media showcases, and often social media makes people feel negatively as well. Charlie Chaplin said, "You'll never find a rainbow if you're looking down." And the reality is, if you expect the worst, you'll never be disappointed. But what a sad, sad, sad way to live. And honestly, no misfortune is so bad that whining about it won't make it worse. Harry Truman said, "A pessimist is one who makes difficulties of his opportunities, and an optimist who's one who makes opportunities of his difficulties." Lawrence Peters said, "An optimist expects his dreams to come true, while a pessimist expects his nightmares to." And my nightmares are scary. I don't ever want those to come true. So pessimism leads to weakness. Optimism leads to power. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "A stumbling block to the pessimist is a stepping stone to the optimist." And Helen Keller said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." Bottom line, we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or we can rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. Robert Heinlein said, "Don't ever become a pessimist. A pessimist is correct more often than an optimist, but an optimist has more fun, and neither the pessimist or the optimist can stop the march of events." And that's how I try to live my life. Yeah, there's going to be bad things that happen, but I'm going to keep that positive outlook, and I'm going to have more fun as a result. And I've seen throughout my career, many an optimist has become rich by buying out a pessimist. And I have seen that time and time again, whether we're talking about Sir Speedy franchises, pit printing franchises, FASTSIGNS franchises, Big Blue Swim School, Brain Balance, doesn't matter what it is. Very often that optimistic franchise candidate buys the underperforming franchise of the pessimistic thinking franchisee and becomes rich because he turns that business around. The only difference being the franchisee. So how do we train ourselves to have an optimistic mindset? The mind functions as a reservoir, and we must learn how to supply this reservoir with positive thoughts. Optimism is an attributive style. In other words, the way we attribute meaning to daily events determines whether we are an optimist or a pessimist. When evaluating a fact of life, pessimistic individuals and optimistic individuals will have opposite perspectives from each other on the same thing. So here's like a positive thing. I got a raise. The optimistic profile person will say, "Everything works out for me. I got a raise." The pessimistic profile person is going to say, "My taxes are going to be even higher now." And so let's talk about a negative fact, like I can't find my house keys. The person with the optimistic profile is going to say, "I never lose anything. Someone probably picked them up for me." The pessimistic profile is going to say, "God, I always forget everything. I'm so distracted." So if you find yourself identifying with the pessimistic profile, don't be discouraged, because with mental strength and practice and daily training, you can create an optimistic mindset. Practicing optimism often means creating practices around optimistic thinking, spending less time engaging in negative thoughts and instead replacing them with positive or helpful thoughts. And over time, we all can train ourselves to approach situations more positively and optimistically. So today, I am going to share 13 ways to train yourself to become an optimist and have optimistic thinking. Number 1, Practice mindful meditation. Mindfulness includes focusing on the present moment, the here and now, not worrying about what's happening later today, not stressing about what happened yesterday, but focusing right now on the here and now. Often this is done through connecting with your body because your body uses sensations to connect to the present moment. Have a daily meditation practice or make your daily activities a meditation by practicing mindfulness through observing your breath, especially when experiencing intense emotions. Tune into your everyday sensations, such as feeling the warm water running down your back as you take a shower or observing the way your muscles feel as you walk up the stairs. Allow thoughts and feelings to pass through your mind without judging or reacting to them. This can help you stay detached from negative experiences. Practicing mindfulness can help increase positive emotions, actually increase the size of your brain, the gray matter in your brain, and boost compassion towards others and towards yourself. Number 2, imagine your best possible self. Imagine your life in the future when you're at your very best. Picture it in your mind. Consider all aspects of your life, your health, your hobbies, your activities, your relationships, your career, your family, your friends. Don't get caught up in how your life does not reflect these now, and instead focus solely on your best life in the future. Get creative and continue writing for 15 minutes, diving into the depths of what you will be doing and what things you're going to enjoy and how you're going to spend your time and who you're going to spend it with. People who do this exercise report feeling more positive even 1 month after completing it. So imagining your best possible self can help you figure out your goals, your dreams, your desires. It can help you identify your dreams and create the steps to get there. Think about what your best possible self looks like. What job do you have? Where do you live? Do you have pets? What kinds of things do you do for fun? Who are your friends and what do you like about them? Number 3, write and then read positive affirmations. If you need a boost at home or in the car driving to work or at the office, keep some positive affirmations around. I do. I have them on my refrigerator at home. I have them in my car. I have them on my phone. You can also practice saying positive affirmations before your workday, before an event, or other situations where you may need a boost of positivity. Get in the habit of saying a meaningful affirmation when you wake up and when you're on your way to work or before you attempt something challenging. This will help train you to approach situations more positively. The benefits of affirmations can last months and years. For example, when you wake up, say to yourself, I am capable and able to approach the day with kindness and love, or I can be successful at work today and every day, or I can be happy about many things today. Number 4, eat a healthy diet. Eating wholesome, nourishing food, eating whole food, nourishes your body and makes you feel better. Include protein, whole grains, and healthy fats in your diet. If you don't know how to balance your meals or get the proper nutrients, do some research. Work with a nutritionist. Importantly, cut down on sugar, alcohol, caffeine, tobacco, or other substances as a way to keep your head clear and your emotions in balance. Number 5, create happy memories. Your mind determines whether you remember an event as positive or negative. Creating more positive enforcement of memories can help you form positive emotions and memories. When you focus on negative thoughts during an experience, you're more likely to look back on that experience as negative. If you notice yourself creating a negative experience, start thinking about what's going right and reframe that event so your memory is more positive. This can help you retrain your brain to approach things more positively and remember them in a positive way. Most experiences can be perceived as either positive or negative, depending on your mindset. For example, if you feel like you've had a bad day, think of the small things that went well or felt good throughout the day, changing your view of the day. Perhaps you can offset the difficulties of running late or forgetting your lunch with more positive and fun things in the afternoon by doing tasks you enjoy or buying a special treat or talking to somebody you care about. Number 6, look at the bright side. Instead of focusing on all the things that could go wrong, find the things that are going right. Focus on possibilities and focus on opportunities for optimism, not pessimism. If it feels like everything is going wrong, notice the small things going well. If you're feeling frustrated, stop and take a moment to shift your attention to something more positive. For example, if you're running late to a meeting, you might feel overwhelmed and stressed. Stop and think, I'm upset that I'll be late, but I know I will make it on time. I've prepared well for this meeting, so it's gonna go great. So having a tangible motivation can help you create a bright side. Number 7, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a way to give thanks for all the good things you do have. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you have and what you appreciate. People who consistently practice gratitude tend to have higher levels of optimism, higher levels of happiness, and they act with generosity and compassion and experience far more positive emotions. Get in the habit of finding things every day that you're grateful for. You've heard me talk about many times keeping a gratitude journal. It is very, very positive. Number 8, continue optimism even when life is hard. Feeling optimistic is easy when life is going well and all your needs are met. It gets much harder when you're feeling low or things go wrong or you're struggling. Optimism isn't about feeling happy all the time or thinking that everything will turn out fine. It's more to do with continuing positive momentum even when there are roadblocks or life gets difficult. If you engage in optimism practices, keep them up even when you're feeling low or in a bad mood. Number 9, disrupt negative thoughts. When you notice yourself thinking negatively, ask yourself whether the thought is helpful or not. If it's not a helpful thought, notice it and then stop it. Even if you cut yourself off mid-thought, notice your negative thoughts and stop them in their tracks. If you catch yourself thinking negatively about your abilities or approaching a day as a bad day, think about how to turn that negativity around for something more positive. For example, if you dread family functions and think, oh God, I'm going to waste so much time and going to fight with my sister, I wish I was doing something else, catch yourself in that negative thought, stop it, and replace that with a thought something along the lines of, this may not be what I want to be doing, but I can be friendly and helpful to my family and I can have a good time. Number 10, stop comparing yourself to others. Unhappy people tend to compare themselves to others, while happy people don't engage in such comparisons. If you catch yourself saying, I wish I was more like her, or if I only had his job, it's time to stop those comparisons. Whether the comparisons are positive or negative, they are not improving your life. When you catch yourself in a comparison, focus on something positive instead. For example, instead of thinking, I wish I had a house like theirs, instead think to yourself, I know I can have a house like this someday if I continue to work hard and save money. Number 11, eliminate negative phrases such as I can't, I always give up, I'm a failure. For example, you may have found yourself saying, I am lazy. A better way to frame your mind is, today I did not accomplish as much as I want to. I'll make a list for tomorrow so I can complete all of my tasks. Number 12, work to avoid complaining at all. Nobody wants to hear your complaints. They are a downer. Nobody wants to be around a complainer, neither do you. If you're working with a particularly difficult client, try to view the experience as a positive challenge rather than a negative situation. This will allow you to remain in good spirits and help the client in the most productive way possible. Number 13, and the last of our suggestions on how to create an optimistic mindset, record positive events in your day, no matter how small. If you lowered the stress level of a coworker, write it down in your journal. If you pass a particularly beautiful garden, take a picture of it and make a note. If you have a productive conversation with your team, keep a record of the highlights. By doing this, you train yourself to focus on the positives around you. Each and every one of us, every day, can improve our mindset. by making sure we are open to a mindset about practicing optimism. It's not easy, but with work and diligence and practice, you'll be able to remain optimistic even in the face of negativity. Paul Harvey said, "I've never seen a monument erected to a pessimist." And it all started yesterday morning when I received 2 different emails with the same Winston Churchill quote: "The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." Practice these 13 ways and you will see the opportunity in every difficulty. Thanks.